Thank you for coming and cooking with me, Andrea. Today we're going to be making a Italian grilled cheese, my creation. Leave it to me to be out there. You know I love sandwiches, so we're always creating a sandwich when we can for lunch. Today we were working hard outside. We got some snow, so we got to kind of eat a nice hearty sandwich for lunch today. So I have some sourdough bread. That's what I'm making mine on. It's delicious. You can use Italian bread. You can use, but you got to use a hearty bread because you're going to put some good stuff on there. So first of all, I have my pan at 250. I'm going to go ahead and just put a dab of oil, not too much though, because I don't want my sandwich to be greasy and I don't want it to take away from my beautiful butter garlic mix. But what I am going to do is swish it around real fast. The reason I'm actually putting, normally I do not put oil in my pan when I do a grilled cheese, but because I'm using Parmesan, it's going to stick, so I don't want it to stick. So what I'm going to do is I have some really beautiful ingredients. First I'm going to start out with my garlic spread. That's going to go on top of my grilled cheese. And I'm going to use some regular butter with it. So I'm going to put a little bit of both on, and then I'm going to go ahead and top it both sides with some Parmesan. It's going to give it a nice crunch, be very delicious. And it just makes it a little upscale. Sometimes I make grilled cheese like this. Sometimes I make them really fancy, and we do love grilled ham and cheese. So that's probably the most common one I make. So I have some beautiful fresh mozzarella. I've taken the time to salt and pepper it already, and I let it sit on my counter. I wanted everything to just soak in because when the mozzarella is fresh, it's super delicious, and it's just going to taste really good on your sandwich. Then I've got some cheddar, because for me and my family, you have to have cheddar on your grilled cheese. That's how we are. And remember, when I cook, I make it for my family because this is what we are really going to eat, and groceries are expensive. So I'm not doing this for us not to eat it. We're going to eat it. So we're going to do our two favorite cheeses for this sandwich. A lot of times I'll just use a provolone when I don't have fresh mozzarella, but boy, I got fresh mozzarella on sale, so I said, hey, that's how I'm going to make my sandwich. I got some real thin, hard salami. It was a half a pound. It was $3.02. I have the others in the fridge. So we're going to have sandwiches, good salami sandwiches. Real thin, sliced pepperoni. This time I did an armor. A lot of times I'll do a Hormel. Depends on what's on sale. But I'll tell you something, for this sandwich, this one's great. It's like paper thin. Then I have some olives. I have some pepperoncinis. I have some fresh basil. And then I have my boboli pizza sauce. This is what I use when I make sandwiches or if I'm making calzones or something. Unless I get super excited and I want to go all fresh, do my imported Italian tomatoes, blend it myself, use my own seasonings. But most of the time, because, you know, I don't have a lot of time during the day, I'll go ahead and I'll use my boboli. But you can use anything. But I actually got my boboli on sale. So that's why I'm using my boboli. So I put a nice little layer of butter, and I did a nice layer of my garlic spread. It's just going to add this extra element to your sandwich. Okay, my pan is heating really good, which is good. When I make grilled cheese sandwiches, I don't always just throw them together. Sometimes I kind of baby them, and I make them the way I want to. Like I'll toast both sides. Oops, got crazy. I love the garlic spread. I'm bad. We're going to put just a little bit more butter. And then it doesn't matter what order you put them in. I'm going to make two sandwiches, but what I'm going to do is I am going to make one at a time for a minute. Because like I said, when I do grilled cheese sandwiches, I do not do them just mass produced unless I'm just really just doing a grilled cheese sandwich. When I just do grilled cheese sandwiches, usually I will use I'm going to use a piece of American cheese, and I use cheddar cheese, or I'll use Swiss and cheddar. Oh my God, I'm so bad, but I am so creative when it comes to sandwiches sometimes. So I'm going to go ahead and butter this one. Get this one buttered. And I do not have a lot of oil in my pan. Actually, If you see in my pan, you see I don't have any standing oil, which is really good because I don't want standing oil. Okay, got the butter done. Now what we're going to do is put our garlic spread. This spread, garlic spread, I use it for a lot of things for flavoring. Makes it nice and buttery and delicious. I like the garlic it has in there. And that's all I'm going to do. So we have a nice layer. And then I'm going to just take my Parmesan. And this just makes the bread extra crunchy. And I'm going to pat it with my hand, because I don't want to lose too much goodness here. And I just pat it into the butter. Then I take it like that. So the goodness is in the inside so that I can start making the sandwiches this way. They'll also incorporate all the Parmesan that I'm using. So I'm going to put these in the fridge. And then pat my hands down, since I just have to touch the greasy stuff, me. Pan is nice. I'm going to turn my pan up just a little bit higher. I'm going to come around and we're going to go 300. So nice. Okay, so I'm going to take one at a time. Once again, here's my beautiful ingredients. So I'm going to go ahead and start layering mine inside the skillet, as I want everything to start just warming. I'm going to go ahead and, I'm not sure if you can see that real well. I'm going to put the 2 pieces of cheese here. That's going to be my cheddar. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to put my salami. I'm going to use 6 pieces of salami. I love salami. I think it tastes so good, especially this hard salami. I'm just going to layer it like that. Actually, I'm going to put the pan here so you can see it better while I'm layering it. Okay, I'm going to put the other side down for just a minute. That's just plain. I'm just going to let it start to get hot. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my beautiful basil. I'm only going to put 4 pieces on. I love my basil, but I'm only going to put 4. Okay. That one I had to cheat because that was a smaller one. And then I'm going to put my pepperoni. I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I put 12 pieces on because I love my pepperoni too. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a few little olives here. I'm going to put my olives like that. Just going to put a few on. Not too many. Don't want to overdo it. My husband and my son love olives, and me and my mom, we don't care for them that much. I actually like them, but I'm slightly allergic to black olives. I can eat them, but I'll start to itch, and it can make me sick. But I love them. I can handle them, and I have no problem. But I love these ones. I don't like the green ones and at all, and I can eat those all day long. But for some reason, I can't eat the black ones. So I was like, okay, this is crazy. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to check the bottom of my bread. Oh, getting good. Getting good. Let me check this one. Because what I'm trying to do is melt my cheddar all nice and delicious. Oh, beautiful. So we're going to put our mozzarella. I'm going to do it this way. And I'm just letting everything kind of melt and weigh it down. I'm going to put some pepperoncinis on. My husband loves pepperoncinis. So does my son. Now, my version of the sandwich that I'm going to make next is going to be a little bit more plain. It's so funny. I'm the one who likes to cook and all these things and always has the ideas. I'm kind of plain. So everything's cooking real good. Now, this is not a sandwich. that is as easy as regular grilled cheese, because you have to go ahead and get it in here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to flip it. I have to flip my sandwiches. I do not feel complete until my sandwich is flipped. And I want you to see this beautiful color. It's delicious. Now what we're going to do is we drop 2 olives and we drop the pepperoncini. We're going to stick these back in here just like that, and we are good to go. I have enough pepperoncinis on top where we are good to go. I'm always picking things out of the pan. I should be using my fingers, but do you see how beautiful that is? And I don't want to pick it up right this second, but boy, oh, it looks delicious. And it's relatively inexpensive, and it's relatively easy. So let's make mine, because I'm the plain one. Okay, so I'm going to put mine in here. See, I don't have to worry as much about mine because I don't have so much stuff on mine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put mine mozzarella down first because I don't hardly have anything. I'm going to put my salami, and you can do it 2 ways. I say do it the grown-up way, where you have pepperoni, olives, pepperoncinis, and then I say do it my way. I always say I'm like a 2-year-old. And then I'm going to do it this way. This is mine, much more plain. I'm going to do 3 pepperonis, just like I did their sandwich. Oh boy, I got lucky. I did not even count that. That is exactly the amount of pepperoni I needed. Holy Toledo. I got lucky on that one. So I'm going to put my basil down. My basil's starting to wilt now that I've had it out and it was by my pan. Nice and hot. Okay, I'm going to check my bottom side. Oh, beautiful. Looking fantastic. Now I'm going to put mine. I'm going to check my bottom side over here. Oh, looking beautiful. Okay, so for mine, I'm going to put mine like that. And then I'm going to check this side again. So I'm always touching and flipping the sandwich. Okay, great. I'm going to go ahead. It looks fantastic. I'm going to put on this side for a minute more. Now my mozzarella is going to melt. But because I used a fresh mozzarella, there's 2 ways of where I like this sandwich. You can use a thin mozzarella like I did the cheddar, and everything will totally be melted like a grilled cheese. Mine is a little bit more of like, I don't want to say upscale, because what is upscale? I figure I never do anything upscale. I do it like I like it. I like the fresh mozzarella. I like it to just get a little warm. So when I bite in, everything's good because I have the gooey cheddar cheese. That's why I say, today this is my, oh, I dropped a pepperoni. Holy Toledo. I better put that little sucker back on our sandwich. Somebody will be in an uproar if they don't have enough pepperoni on theirs. But it's to each his own. So that's what I always say. Make it how you want to make it. Don't make it like somebody else would make it, because maybe you don't like it that way. And what you want to do is you want to make that grilled cheese to fill your belly, to please your family. And my family likes this. Most of the time I don't take the time to make the Italians. It's more like I do this maybe once every 6 months. Most of the time when we're eating, especially cold days, we're eating a grilled ham and cheese sandwich. Like I said, that's usually American cheddar and ham. And that's all we do. And we have a bowl of soup and we're good, or a salad or something. But this one's a treat, since we all went outside and worked outside and it was nice and, cold out there. So it was, we got to give them, I got to give the guys some nourishment. So what I'm going to do is clean my board off so that I can cut the sandwich. It doesn't take very long. The sandwich is almost done. It's going to be delicious. Now remember, if you do not want an element that does not have all melty, do not use fresh mozzarella. Like I said, I got that on sale. I love it that way. That's kind of my favorite. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up the half that I did the cheddar and salami. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put very little pizza sauce, and it's going to make it taste delicious. It's going to give it a different taste, And then what I'm going to do is flip it one more time because I like my bread nice and done. And, you know, I took the time. We have the sourdough. That creates just a little extra punch. It's going to get you a little fuller. It's really just a delicious bread to do something like that, and it's a hearty bread. Won't fall apart. Like I said, can't really do this with a wheat or white. You could do it with a sourdough, regular French bread. I would say use Italian bread. Oh my gosh, some of the Italian breads I get at other stores too are just delicious. But I always have this one on hand. And like I said, this is just a little something extra we don't have all the time, you know. So we're going to go like that. And we're going to flip it one more time. Look at the crust. I just want the crust. That's all I care about. Because to me, on a grilled cheese sandwich, we have to have a good crust. Otherwise, it is not a grilled cheese sandwich, in my opinion. And just let it sit there and cook. Like I said, the mozzarella, the fresh, is going to be a little bit of wet. But that's why you salt and pepper it. It tastes delicious. And it gives that mixed just really delicious sandwich, but then you got the good melted on the bottom side. And if you don't like the fresh, just use the slice and you'll be fine. But otherwise, nothing too expensive. I usually get a good deal for my bread from Costco. I get 2 in a container. My meats were a good price where I always shop. Little can of olives, a little bit of pepperoncinis that I had in the fridge anyways. And then just my cheeses. The only thing I spent more money on this week was my cheese, but I actually bought this cheese because it was cheaper than my sliced cheese. And I love fresh. Our family is a cheese people. We're cheese people. So, okay, our sandwiches are done. So, I think you should try this one. Also, you could put some tomatoes instead of the pizza sauce with just a little Italian herb if you needed to. But I hope you guys try this. And if you like the content, I hope you will please like and subscribe. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this for you and just let you see how it looks. All nice and cut. It's beautiful. And it's just a different kind of sandwich, which I love. I get tired of eating the same old sandwich. And this is how this one looks, like that. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and take this one out for you guys too, because I want to put some sauce on this one, pizza sauce. I'm going to flip it, and I'm just going to put it right here in the middle. This is my sandwich. This is the one I'm making for me. Oh, my cheese is all gooey and ooey and gooey. It's delicious. So please enjoy the sandwich, and I thank you for coming in and cooking with me, Andrea.